Tony D and Little Jones somewhere in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on 3 trailers. First, The Sweet East, an indie movie, Shogun, a miniseries on FX, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes teaser trailer. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 13. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So this is a weird mix-up. So you got Talia Ryder. Is she the daughter of Winona Ryder? Wouldn't be surprised. This is called The Sweet East. It's a very indie movie. I have no idea what's going on. Andy Malinakis is in it for some reason. It doesn't look like a comedy. It doesn't look like a drama. It looks like a weird movie, like a very indie weird movie about a girl and maybe her relationship, but it's kind of all over the map here. There's weird characters in it. It's just strange, and it gets a lot of good reviews according to the trailer. Earl Cave, I don't know who that is. Is he related to Nick Cave maybe? I don't know. So weird things happen in this scene. She tells these two people with the froze that she doesn't have a cell phone, and they laugh. Written by Nick Pinkerton, directed by Sean Price Williams. Okay. Simon Rex, that name sounds familiar. The Sweet East. No idea what this is. It's just a bunch of stuff in the trailer. I literally have like zero guesses here. I think maybe it's a coming of age movie for this female character, maybe. So like first act, I don't know, she's in the city and she meets two black people who want to interview her or make her a star, and then at some point she meets this guy and I guess falls in love with him and marries him, but then I don't know, there's dream sequences or time travel sequences and cartoon sequences. I don't know. I don't know where this is going. It feels very all over the place. So maybe it's about her romances. Maybe? I don't know why it's called The Sweet East. It feels very much like a student film. Number 2 is Shogun. I believe this was a miniseries back in the 80s. And it centers around a white dude who ends up in Japan probably during the Edo period, or right around or right after that time when the Shogun united Japan, and they were a lot more they were a little bit xenophobic. They didn't want anybody else to come to the island. They might have been trapped on the island, and then it's about, learning the Japanese culture at that time, and which is the Middle Ages, or slightly after, I'd say. So maybe, I don't know. They made this before. Sounds like there'll be a lot of cool samurai stuff in it. This coming out in February. Can't split this into 3 acts because it's a TV series, but it looks cool, I guess. And finally, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes teaser trailer. And now it's just a teaser, but it's, the apes have taken over. This would be the movie right before the original Planet of the Apes movie. Right before, Charlton Heston comes back. They show you the way the world is. And the apes rule. Now the apes rule. They've destroyed human civilization. They're talking up a storm. And their technology is right on the cusp of, completely dominating. They're not quite at the point where they have guns yet, I guess. Maybe they can scrounge the guns. They do have, cattle prods. I don't know. This franchise has gone way too long. Way too effing long. Here's the set from a previous movie, I think, or is this an observatory? I'm not sure. Maybe this is the origin of Dr. Zaius? I don't know. God, it's too much. Okay, look, I was a big fan of the Charlton Heston movie. It's amazing. The first time you see the Charlton Heston movie, Planet of the Apes, you go, wow, what a movie. Then you see the second one, you go, okay, it wasn't as good, but had its some moments. Then you see the third one, and you're like, what are we doing here? Charlton Heston actually tried to kill this franchise, right? He didn't like to do sequels. He agreed to appear in the sequel, and the only stipulation was that at the end of the movie, the Planet of the Apes dies, which they did. Spoilers. In the second original Planet of the Apes movie, they destroy the planet. It's blown up. So that's why there are all these prequels. So they end up going back in time about how it all started, and that's why you get all the other movies, which, were they good? I mean, they were there. I think they go downhill. I think it's the first one, which is amazing, and then it just keeps going right down. Then you have the TV show, which I watched as a kid. It was okay. It was just like people loved the concept, and they just wanted to keep it going. And this was Star Wars before Star Wars, essentially. This was the franchise. Like, it wasn't as big as Star Wars, but people liked it enough that they just kept it going. Then when they rebooted it, oh God, the Tim Burton Mark Wahlberg reboot, God, that's one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's awful. It's awful in my view. Like, painful to watch. Awful. Dumbest ending in the world. Now the James Franco movie, it's all right. I mean, it's better than that first reboot movie, but that was a pretty low bar. And now, I don't know, is it good? I mean, the effects are good, but you could use these effects to anything. Why are we still doing this? Why? The first movie, the good movie, was changed from the book. It's a book. It's a sci-fi book from the 70s. Do you know how many sci-fi books haven't been made into movies? So many fantasy books that you could use all this great technology for. Brand new concepts. Good ones. Now, there's some bad ones too, but there's a lot of good ones. Could do that, maybe. Give us something different. There could even be talking apes in it. Gorilla Grodd is a character in the DC universe. I haven't seen him yet. Again, probably created during that time because apes, everybody was into the ape thing. I don't know why. It was a trend. But my God, how many times are we going to do this? We're just going to keep rerunning things until forever? If I'm lucky enough to continue to live, and I hit like 100, am I going to see another reboot of this thing? Am I going to see like 2 more before I get to that? I mean, I'll choke myself on the cake then. I mean, it'll be like Trapped in the Matrix. There's Planet of the Apes again. There's all kinds of new concepts out there. Hollywood, maybe try a new one. Okay, so now I have my work cut out for me. The 3-act breakdown? I think we all know the 3-act breakdown. It's going to be about the bad ape guy and a young upstart who's into science. He probably finds the gun factory or something and teaches the apes guns and takes over from the evil king, and then sets up the Planet of the Apes movie where Charlton Heston comes. But it won't be Charlton Heston. I don't know who it'll be. And, yeah. So, 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's pretty basic. So which of these would I see? Jesus. The Sweet East looks like a student film, like the most independent student film ever made with way too big of a budget. Shogun, again, just looks like a retread of the old Shogun. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I'm not exactly dying to see this either. It's also a TV show, so there's that. And then Planet of the Apes. God, it's like torture. This decision's waiting for me in hell. I guess I'd have to put Shogun at the top, even though it's the longest. It'll kind of be the least offensive to my sensibilities, I guess. I mean, it'll probably be pretty watchable. I believe it's based on a book. Number two, you know what? I gotta go with the student film. I mean, I think it looks terrible, but there may be some new ideas here. At least there'll be that. At least there'll be a couple of scenes like, oh, that was kind of cool. And then overall, I think it'll probably be pretentious and stupid. Possibly some movies, too, which is a big plus for me. And I would have to put Planet of the Apes on the bottom because I'm just so sick of this. Now, you didn't grow up when I grew up, and maybe you like the Franco movie. And I'm okay with that, but really, how many more ape movies are we going to see? And we've seen them in the wrong order. It's like, to me, it would have been better to reboot and go again in the future. These prequels drive me insane. They drive me insane. This doesn't even tie into the Mark Wahlberg movie. I mean, who the hell even remembers it? But, okay. If you like CGI, I guess. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D. What a Sophie's choice. What a Sophie's choice, Joe. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more based takes. And I talk about something other than stupid movies. Well, except in Hollywoke Hot Take. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be at the Heavy Reel Brewery in Seaside Heights tomorrow night. That's Friday at 7 p.m. for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Hope to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow.